Bella, stay there. Is it all right, yeah. All right, probably change, yeah. Meg White is watching. Been you on camera? Caroline. Yep. Yep. A bit of a delay, isn't there? Yo, yo. Thanks, Megan. Got one watching. How about you? Yo, yo. I'm just waiting for a few more to join. Everyone says that, don't they? Waiting for a few more to join, waiting for a few more to join. Thank you, thank you. I'll wait for a few more to come on, and then I'll get Zach on as well. And then I'll run through at the end Spartan run of events. So we'll go from there. Don't know much about Zach, to be fair. He must have come in on my 2 years out. The lad. Does everything sound alright? If anyone can hear me, does it sound good? Yeah, man. Welcome to the live lounge. Get your feet up. Mikasa Sukasa. And what are you drinking? Yes, Zach, I see you, mate. I'm just waiting for a few more to come on. What's everyone been up to? I've got a list here. When's your show, Andrew? 5th of September. Oh, it's not that far either, is it? Not that long away, I mean. Anne's getting there. Andy, lad. How do you? You had a bit of an incident yesterday, didn't you? Or was it today? Near death. Twice. Mad that, innit? Right, Zach, when we go live, your screen, you'll only be able to see yourself. My screen will be black, but same goes for me. I won't be able to see you. So as far as facial expressions goes, we won't be able to see each other. But afterwards, when it gets shared, once the live's ended, you can then when it's replayed, it shows both of us in there. If you get me. So Andy, you nearly missed the live then, didn't you? Shocking. Oh, what they're laughing at. Crazy times though, innit? Crazy times. Right. I'll tell you what, Zach. If you're ready, I'll get you on, mate. So we're going to get him on. Zach is ex-forces, but maybe I want to know a little bit about him previously before that as well. Before the forces, did that change? Obviously, it was a big influence on the mentality. I take it, and as to why he wanted to join the pit. I've done my research. I've watched a few podcasts on him. Yeah, very interesting man, and been through a fair bit, and a guy who needs goals, or you take a backward step, and that's never good. So I'll get him on now anyway. Right, Meg, if you're watching the other room, you might have to come and tell me, because I think the screen zooms in when I do this. Right, okay. It does say it's adding you, mate. Can you see me?
Yeah. No.
Hi, mate.
It's all black.
Can you see yourself?
Yeah.
Right, I'm a bit close up, aren't I? Yeah. Right, bloody hell. I'll just move this table back a little bit. Bloody hell. I can see myself, but apparently I'm a dead close up.
Can't see a thing, mate. Just black.
That's really close to that. 1 second. My mic's going to mess up here in a minute. 1 sec, mate. It's my microphone. What's it looking? I'm just trying to get the right picture from my missus in the background now. That's terrible. Right, I'm going to give me 2 seconds. Let me just unplug my mic. It might make a crack over. 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yo. Right.
Yeah.
Are you there, mate? Right. Sorry about that. I'm just dead close to the camera. But yeah, all good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. How's life at the minute?
Quite quiet, to be honest.
And do you like it? Do you like it like that?
Yeah, most of the time. Pretty closed in, mate. Apart from family and that, and people around the gym. But
Yeah. Have you got a close circle? I mean, sorry, a small circle, don't you?
yeah.
Is that due to what? Has it always been like that? Small circle, or do you think, or is there anything that changed that made you like that?
Yeah, things have changed over the last few years. Got a bit more isolated, but I found out why. Obviously, I got diagnosed autistic and ADHD in December, so I'm a bit that way naturally. It turns out, because I've never really fit in with any group standards or anything like that. So
As far as that being like ever been noticed or anything like that, like I mean, that must have been so. Has that like put an end to like a lot of growing up frustration that you've had, like not being able to understand, sort of like, or has it put everything in perspective, or has it made everything worse for you? Like,
well, come to think of it, it's probably made things a lot more difficult, because you start. Obviously, I've read a lot of literature about it and stuff, and you start scanning back, because I've had to go through 38 years of issues. So
yeah.
It's historically quite difficult. So because now you start second guessing yourself and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Previously, like before you was in the armed forces, like I mean, have you always did you always want to be in the army growing up?
Yeah.
Really?
From a little kid, I'd watched all the fucking Rambo films and Arnie Schwarzenegger and stuff like that. And like, obviously, you get all these fixations in your head. You want to carry big fucking machine guns and stuff like that. So
yeah. And did you have a role model growing up? Like a
I
father figure? Did you have a father? Was you? I mean, what was life like before the army? Like, as a kid, like, there's not much that you want to talk about, really.
yeah, I'll go through it all, man.
So,
I didn't really have a traditional, what you would call, upbringing.
yeah.
It's quite odd, to be honest. Now that I look back at it, kind of fucked up.
Do you think you put a lot of because I asked this question on a podcast the other day. I wasn't sure. Like, do you think you can have feelings from being a kid and emotions and like subliminally bank them and not realize them, and then they come to light later on in life, like you've almost forgot about them, or something's massively triggered them? Like, do you think is that possible? Like, can you unknowingly like store feelings and emotions because you don't understand them at the time, and then as you get older, you sort of like think, right, as you understand how you must have felt at that time and the position that you're in, sort of like
Yeah,
then them emotions come back out and at a later date in life, I think.
yeah, absolutely. Because I think I put them to bed for quite a
Yeah,
long time, and I compartmentalized a lot of it.
yeah. When you say compartmentalize? So does that mean you store things? Do you have a storage system in your head, like where
Yeah,
like where you can put stuff away, but they're still there?
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. I think with trauma, and especially, you can put it away at bed, and obviously, in these shittest, darkest times, I think they just show up and when you least expect it.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
mad. As far as triggers, like, um, for me, I get like, I don't know about you, but it varies. Like, loud noise is a big trigger,
yeah,
but I never realize it's the loud noise at the time. It takes me a minute to sort of think, oh fucking hell, it was the noise. And once it's gone, and I'm like, and smells and stuff that take me to. So there's
mm,
like loads of, depending on how your mind works, there can be a lot to deal with depending on what triggers you. Do you know what I mean? And as coping mechanisms wise, like, I mean,
well,
I like to keep myself to myself, and now the important things matter, like being at home. Whereas, and I value things now a lot more than I used to. That I should have
yeah,
valued back then as well. But you can't really dwell on stuff like that. So as far as the past goes, bad decisions, like you've been through quite a bit. To be fair, haven't you? I mean,
right.
I mean, as you were growing up, like going through school and all that, like did you did you have like did you were you sporty at school? Have you got a
Um,
boxing background, like, or were you always pushed away
I
from sort of like combat sports like I was?
when I was 15, joined a club in Carlisle, uh, locally, and Danny Christie was there at the time. Um, so it was probably that time thing around our generation of teenagers. There was quite a number of good boxers there, but I never fought at ABA level. It was like I was just turned up when I felt like it type thing.
Yeah. I spit that like that. Yeah, and you know deep down, don't you, that you're letting yourself down at the time. You know the right thing to do if you've got anything about you, like, and you also know you've got the right people around you sometimes. But sometimes, like, if you have, like you say, you got a small circle. If you have too many folk, like, it should
Mm,
be a bit. Sometimes you try and keep, like, for me, I used to try and keep everyone happy. Say yes to everyone, and ultimately I'd have to let someone down. But I knew it was coming.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So you sort
yeah,
of build yourself up for failure at times.
yeah. I was the same. I was
Yeah,
a yes
exactly
man.
that.
I was a
Yeah.
yes man.
Yeah,
Uh,
but at one point always reliable, and you know what I mean. And then, but as it goes at the height of the addiction, like you just name and reliability, and your worth just becomes holds no weight. You know what I mean? You become like
yeah,
a nothing of yourself. I mean, I don't know. Was your background? I mean, did you have an addiction?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I started popping pills in my 20s.
yeah,
Like I was addicted to painkillers. That was my muse or whatever you want to call it. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
See, how does that for anyone listening? Like, how does that? I mean, what does that do? What does that suppress, or is it just mental?
yeah. I
Do you
think
sort of take them in case something happens? Like
yeah,
a yeah,
yeah. The addiction comes with habit. You think it's all fun and games, and then you start taking it, and like a couple of days a week, and then a couple of days turns into four, then four turns into the whole fucking week,
yeah,
and basically it turned into pretty much a 13, 14-year addiction. So
yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
and when you talk about addiction and stuff, like it's sort of like it gets you by the bollocks, doesn't it? Like you know it, the downfalls around you, you know the consequences at the time you're in it, and there's a fine line between making fucking right choice and the wrong choice. And I mean, up until like 2 years ago, I mean, I've always made the wrong choice, but always knew I was making the wrong choice while I was making it.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And there was never a
yeah.
change in pattern. It was just like, oh, and then people just lose everything. You just lose everything, and it's sort of like it takes a lot to come back from that. Like, I mean, as far as that goes, like, how hard was it conquering that?
Well, it took me more than one go to actually get rid of it
Yeah,
entirely.
yeah,
It still has a hold of me in a certain way, because the thought's still there. It's like
yeah,
it's always tapping at you. It's you could have the worst time going. Like we get injured in fights and stuff, and
yeah, yeah.
pain can be quite bad, and it's always knocking on the door
Mm,
to just ram them down my throat, man. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. I give you that. Like, yeah, yeah. True. So what in there? So in that position, like, what do? You just like ride it out?
yeah, I just stop being a div and don't don't give into it. Says it's only pain. It's temporary.
Yeah, true. Yeah, pain is temporary. So, yeah, but at the time though, like, yeah, I wouldn't even be able to sleep though. Like when I get injured and stuff, and like with this hand, it's like
Mm,
and when I come off the addiction, that was the biggest problem for me getting to sleep. Even now, I struggle. Like, and it's yeah, so it's like not having to. But I always used to when I used to train and after the fights, I always used to have coke as well. I used to have it in my bag with me and then go home and
yeah,
have it when I go home, regardless of how fucked my nose was or anything like that. You know, it didn't matter. It's like all
yeah,
about getting home and having a bit. But like
yeah.
we live and learn. Like, so as for family, like as well. Like, are you close to your family? Have you got a close family now?
No, not
As it
really.
no, as it and does that play? Does that bother you? Did you growing up? Did you have a close family growing up?
Oh fuck yeah, man.
Yeah,
Especially when my granddad was alive and stuff. It was a big close knit family because I had a pretty big family, and we were all like classic '90s family type thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So you must be
Yeah,
what you in your forties then?
no, I'm 39, mate.
Oh,
So
right, so I'm 42.
yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm only the only baby in the '90s. Only baby in the '90s, but I remember the '90s more than anything.
yeah, me too. It's it's just one of them times, man. It's just like
Yeah,
we were probably the last of that bunch. So it's
yeah. Have you
yeah.
got older brothers and sisters?
No, I'm the oldest, but I'll get into that if you want.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely, yeah.
I didn't meet me real dad until I was 30. So we're not even talking 10 years ago. So, and I found out I had two siblings. So I've got two sisters, um, and I'm 2 years older than Lisa, my eldest sister,
Yeah.
and I think I'm 16 years older than Danielle, my other sister. So it's
So
quite a big age.
and I suppose same parent wise, have you got have you got the same mums and dads?
No, we've all got the same dad, but we've all got different mothers. And I would say it was a big shock, and I've only just recently got to know them, maybe over the last 18 months.
Yeah,
So, but we're really close.
that's
Um,
good. Right, that's good. So it's mad how
so
times things change, isn't it? And has it come? And was it good news for you, or was it? But I bet it's mixed emotions, isn't it? Like, how did it come about?
It was just a shock. It's got in touch with my wife type thing, through my mother and stuff, and just that's how I met my dad. And I met up with him, and because I was raised by somebody else, and
Okay.
so obviously it was a bit iffy. So and I met him, but like there was just a lot of patchiness, and like you have to fill in the blanks and all that.
Yeah,
And
yeah. So yeah, like tea around the table,
yeah,
yeah, like they're not the plate. Yeah, yeah, get it. Yeah.
and
But
like it was
you missed out on a fair bit then, didn't you? Like, and was this? Did you feel any anger over this?
not anger. It was like a little bit of
Pleased.
resentment or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
resentment. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. But like I found out it was nobody's fault really as such, but at the same time they could have handled it a bit better.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. I bet there's loads. I mean, how many? Well, I mean, what are the chances of you? What are the chances of you finding each other if you know what I mean? If you just if you'd never known, what would the odds have been of actually finding each other just through chance?
yeah, no, it was like it was quite funny because I nearly met my sister through a friend. That's how close in proximity we were to each other.
Right. Wow. Wow.
So
So you could have even walked past each other and not even known it like for years, couldn't you?
yeah, I think we did actually,
What?
which is
Jeez.
which is quite funny because same circles and that kind of stuff. So
Right, okay, yeah. So it makes it a lot easier for you, doesn't it? Like, because going off
mm,
the person you are, it's probably hard. Like, I don't know. It's although I have a customer facing job, like roles, I deal with them great and stuff. Like when I go shopping, I can't stand it. Like I just can't stand like that sort of environment where I
yeah,
have to go and be around people. You know what I mean? Whereas,
yeah,
like, we'll get onto the pit in a minute. Like, but as far as that goes, like, I just socially, like, I'm not mad for it. Like, I don't. I'd rather
no,
go for, well, yeah, just not. But it takes, and it's draining it because I have to
yeah,
I have to sit myself behind the microphone here for like an hour before I come on, just like getting ready and then just building up.
yeah,
But you never know, you know what I mean? It
yeah.
takes a lot
But
out of me. But yeah, so the things we go through, like in life, it it makes us who we are. Like, and so you've got like a new before you met the new siblings. Were you what frame of mind were you in? Like, were you in a point where it, it come across at a time where it was a blessing in disguise? Because I'm very
it
like,
was just I was at a crossroads really.
yeah,
I was still in addiction. They didn't know that. Because I was always a functional addict, um,
same,
and I could work and do whatever. I even fought while I was like that,
mate,
and
say, yeah, exactly, mate, same. I got stripped of my title 2 years previously to this fight I've just had. Uh, and but before that, all the title fights, there was like I think like even through the training camp, I think I only trained for like all in all probably maybe two
mm,
two days, 2 3 days all in. You know what I mean? And
I
it's,
mean
and
it's it's quite funny because
you feel like you don't deserve the belt, do you? When you do that, you feel like
yeah,
you don't deserve it. And then when good things do happen, you feel like fucking hell, I did that, and like I still don't feel like I've punished myself enough for that. You know what I mean? 'Cause you actually like deep
as
down, you're not. You're like, oh, it's a choice in it. I say so, like addiction and stuff. I think it's a choice. So we put ourselves in the addiction position, but I think ultimately it's a coping mechanism as well for people. But I think
oh
coming
yeah,
through it like we have, I think you find ways to deal with it, and this is what we try to reach out now to people who maybe you get confused and think there's nobody out there to talk to or to reach out to
mm,
because there absolutely is, and within this fight club there certainly is.
yeah.
Absolutely, and I mean, and you're a perfect example of what this fight club represents and the kind of people that we help.
Well,
So
this is
appreciate
it.
you coming. Yeah, yeah. I mean, people come in like I saw your video. I don't know if it was today or yesterday about people coming in. They do you see people on the streets walking around with these knives and just kicking shit at each other and thinking, yeah, what, and you just think, mate. You want to fucking tear up. You want to feel like a man. You want to feel like alive. You want to do something good in your life, turn your life around. You want a platform to, make better with yourself. Go there, get in there. And you know what? A lot of people just fucking give it out because place where once you go in, like you say, you either want it again, you need it again, or you don't. That's it. You cut fucking ties. You know what I mean?
This is good.
Yeah, not a
it's one of
game in
those
there.
things.
Like
It's like,
literally, it's a dog eat dog, and it's fucking brutal, isn't it?
yeah, well, I started off in the pit, and obviously, I, I had no idea what I was getting into. You think you
Yeah,
do,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I said on that video yesterday, but you
How
haven't
many?
got a clue.
Sorry for interrupting, but how many fights? How many on your first fight? How many? Was it your first fight and your opponent's first fight?
No, I fought Scott Midgley.
What on your first fight?
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah. I was
wow,
like,
that's a lesson. That's just wow.
it's like Christian says, can you seriously pagger? And I'm like, well, we'll find out, won't we? Because
And did you
I'm
know?
not.
Did you do your research or was it like? Did
Oh,
you? I mean,
yeah.
yeah,
I knew who
yeah,
Scott was. Uh,
yeah. So
yeah,
do you see, how do you see fear then? Like, so some people would have just walking away from that fight and not taking it, but to take it, like, I mean, maybe not fear, maybe a challenge, but like you say, you like to set yourself goals and you like, is it, is it, you like stability, don't you? So does that mean
yeah,
routine as well? So like,
oh,
I'd like to know like a little bit like maybe not about how he fights, but I'd probably know the more about a fighter if I'd known them as a person. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I
yeah.
think fighting's a different, depending on what you've got going on in your mind at that time. I think counts.
Yeah, that's the thing with Scott. I knew what I was getting because he's like a bulldog. So he's like
Yeah,
he just comes at you. So, but the barrage of what it was like, I wasn't used to because there's a bit of a height difference and
it,
stuff like that. But it was
yeah,
like very similar weight to me. But
yeah.
like I just wasn't ready for the actual anticipation of it all. It's I think that the day and the event got to us a bit.
Yeah.
Plus the heat and everything
So,
else. But
so
like
how many fights have you had all in the pit?
I had two.
You've had two up to now.
Yeah, but
Two.
I've had seven bare knuckles in Spartan.
Oh, right, okay. What? So you've been in the ring as well?
Yeah, they started off ring wars in Cumbria a year ago in February, and I
And
was
is that where you got the belt?
yeah I got my belt last November,
Okay.
but I lost it in June.
Yeah. How do you feel?
Um, I'm all right with it now, but I know what happened, so
Yeah.
I'm
You
not.
know what I
I'm
find as
not.
well? When you lose your belt, you sort of like it's like you don't when you've got it, you sort of like you don't you don't feel a sense of achievement really. You do because you got the belt, but like you sort of
Yeah,
forget it's there, don't you? Like it's
yeah.
never really
Oh,
about that.
oh yeah. I've heard you talk about this before. It was the same. It was sitting there on my
And
sofa.
there's something as well that really interests me, like you said in another interview as well. That's absolutely fascinating. You might know what we're going to talk about, but go on, I'll bring it up in a bit.
Right. So it's there on the sofa next to me, and I'm like, "You're a British champion now, Zach."
Yeah,
And I'm like, "Am I?"
yeah,
It doesn't set in till about 2 weeks
yeah,
later or something.
yeah. You're not like a high profile celebrity, aren't you? Like, and you don't very rarely. Like, I don't know about you, but nobody ever really, up until this last fight, nobody really ever came. You know what I mean? There's one or two, but like no
Yeah,
family ever came. Nobody always paid out of their own pocket. Never made any. You know what
yeah,
I mean? It was just all for up there, all for like mental reasons. Um,
but
and it
same.
and it feels cleansing. Like so, you've got so I get so going on to what I was talking about before. Like so, you must have heard me saying how I feel about walking into the pits and about the ego complex.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
fascinated me. It really did.
yeah. It's you're a different person.
I didn't
Yeah,
know there was natural. I didn't know. I felt it, but I didn't actually know until I saw your interview that there was natural
yeah.
a term for it. I really didn't.
I've actually, I'll probably forward you. There's actually a good documentary on it.
So if you want to
Uh,
explain, so because everyone knows my story, like, but can you explain to folk who don't know about the ego complex and like how it
yeah,
like sort of gets you in that moment and how he
right.
just surrounds you in silence?
Well, I'll start off this if there's anybody that knows about like philosophy and stuff. There's a person called Carl Jung. He was
Carl
a
Jung,
philosopher.
yes, Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely fascinating, man.
yeah. Shadow self. We've all got a shadow, and it's the deepest, darkest parts of our character that we don't particularly like.
Is it the
Well,
empath?
yeah, that's one.
Yeah.
There's the warrior. Uh, there's all kinds. There's the magician and all kinds.
Right. Okay.
There's so there's so many different traits to it. I think there's about like 7 triads to it or something. It's
Okay. Well, 7 would make sense because the whole 7 is a very iconic number in the philosophy
and it,
world.
and it's all interchangeable as well. It's like
Yeah.
you can be any one at any time. Uh, but I just wrote like about the shadow self, and he does shadow work, which is now a therapy that I think therapists use anyways. Um,
Okay.
and you just write down bits about the ego that you don't particularly like. But the way of putting it to bed is you've got to play a character, so to speak, to get through certain situations within life, and you become an alter ego. Uh, so there's you in your daily life, and there's you in the ring. So
Yeah.
you'll if you follow boxing, you got like Tyson Fury. He says he's got one. He's the Gypsy King. Nothing can touch him when he's in the ring.
Yeah.
But when he's Tyson Fury, he's very vulnerable. He's just a man.
It's,
And
it's, 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 it's strange how we can build ourselves up from feeling so vulnerable to feeling like an absolute beast. But again, is that because for me, I think we need fear for,
mm,
for something to desire. Do you know what I mean? And I think
right, yeah,
fear keeps us on your toes, like absolutely
it does.
massively. And
Keeps us sharp.
as far as fear going, that's like a place to, if you don't, because sometimes being vulnerable can make you feel weak, even though you're not. You sense it, and we need something to make you
Yeah,
feel alive again, and like
absolutely.
just like a kick up the ass in a way. Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
And that
mm.
and so as you walk, so go on, as you're walking into the as you where does the ego complex start? Like at what moment of what the fact when at what moment of you like are you walking up to the fight, getting changed?
Um, Now this is the thing with me. I'll go into this a little bit because obviously with this new thing that came into play that I got diagnosed with, it can make your ass go at times. It depends what situation you're in. Say bright lights, noises, shit like that. With
So during
with
the
be
complex, you could have just like a
Yeah,
U-turn.
yeah. It's happened to me twice. I've spoke to Christian about this. I've spoke to quite a lot of people about this.
Yeah, yeah.
It happened to us twice, and it got to us within the ring because I almost disassociate in the ring
So
if that ever
mentally,
happened.
with other fighters, this has to happen too. Do you know what I mean? Regardless of whether they understand it or not, it must happen.
Yeah,
But
and
to be able to understand it, like I mean, and to find this much out about yourself, I mean, fair play.
yeah, and but I almost become an asshole, me,
Yeah.
when I'm on form. I get that ring, I'm just going out there. My face never changes, never has. Christian's even mentioned this, I think, on commentary that I don't look any different from walking to the ring to looking at the opponent,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. You just like
I'm
sort of
almost
like lost, aren't you? Like not lost, you know
yeah.
you're there. Like it's a very
Mm,
strange thing. As I was explaining it, goes it's surreal. Um, and yeah, that's what remembering the fight goes. I always have to watch the fight straight after when I get out because I never remember it. Like, all I just remember getting on the hay bales. That is it. I never remember like
I'm the same.
incidents in the fight. Like I actually remember when Steve's watching now. I think when I actually broke my hand against Steve, the moment I broke my hand, right, I remember thinking to myself, and I don't know how I had enough time to think about this, but the fight seemed to like slow down a little bit in there for me.
Yeah.
And it's like I remember thinking, shit, that don't feel right. I'm looking at my hand thinking that cut shouldn't be there. Like, why have I got a cut there? But I
Mm,
was thinking that in like within inside the split seconds I was thinking what I had to do as well, like to like to adapt. So it's like it's a lot
yeah.
in there. So mentally, as vulnerable and as as much as we think we don't understand ourselves, when we put ourselves in that position, like fight or flight, it's you sort of like you learn a lot about yourself there as well. Like I never thought I had any of this in me. Like I certainly never thought I had bare knuckle champion in me. And
Yeah,
it sort of like gives you a confidence, and then you've got the lads all around you, and that as well. Um, like, like on the group chat on the build up to fights, I always say this, but uh, like you know what's going on with the fighters. You sort of know that the mental state because there's that camaraderie and people reach out. You
yeah,
could be fighting the guy and he cares about you. Like you're not you. As far as your opponent goes, what how do you must so when you get in there, you obviously clearly see your opponent, but like what goes through your mind? Like is he? I fear at that point is out the window because you're in there. But I
yeah,
mean, could you go back at that point when you're actually in the hay bale? Could you? Or was that? Is there a point where there's no going back?
yeah. It's exactly. I'm there to do well. They say you're there to do a job. It's a spiritual thing to me, really, being in there.
Yeah. Has it
It's my
become?
own.
Do you think as you got older, you become more spiritual?
Well,
Like,
absolutely, absolutely. Um, I was, as I call normie, every day, like a day-to-day person.
yeah,
Uh, Maybe 6 years ago, something brought it out of us, and I've been like that ever since. Um, I just seen the world for what it was, and I just
yeah.
changed.
And
Um,
did you know anybody within the fight club when you joined, or was it sort of like was that a fear of the unknown? Because I mean, do you like the fear of the unknown, or did you
yeah,
like the thought? Do you?
yeah. Well, for the fight game, I do.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, I do. I wouldn't. It's hard to explain. It's excitement. I wouldn't say so because I've got a different dopamine response than most others.
yeah,
I'm very very flat because I've got two sides to the same to the same coin, so to speak. So it's very very hard to work me out what I'm like on a day to day. So
okay.
because I've got a personality disorder as well, you
Yeah.
see. So
So
it's
do you feel like you get frustrated with people easier because they just either haven't got the time or this may be why you seclude yourself a bit because you think people haven't got the time, so you sort of like get exhausted with trying having to explain yourself, or then you think, well, you don't
yeah.
deserve it because you don't know him, or then it's just like you got all this shit going around in your head, and then you just think, oh, fuck it, I thought they know.
Oh, absolutely, mate. It's hard to compartmentalize what I'm actually like as a character. It's like I think over time, especially with Christian, he's gotten to know us and he's probably realised I'm quite different to your everyday like kind of fighter. It's
Yeah,
like we have a lot of good fighters in Spartan and a lot of different kind of characters, but like as far as it goes, I'm a bit deeper than a lot. It's
definitely, yeah,
yeah, it's
definitely, and I think you know like there's a lot, and they're the ones who stick around. I
yeah,
think because there's something that it takes control of and it simmers for a while. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
there's that need for I don't know if it's the release, the emotions, but like I say, if you can compartmentalize stuff, then you can probably store stuff and bank it and bring it up when it needs to be brought
Yeah,
up. Am I right? And that's
this
not
is it.
easy
Yeah.
either. Like that's that
Mm,
you sort of like have to teach yourself to do that. And so yeah, I do that as well. But my compartments, I've got a lock on the door, so I can either keep them in there, and I've got some boxes, but yeah, it's the storage compartment of emotions. It's like a storage unit of emotions. It's
yeah,
and it's a coping mechanism. And it helps you deal with a lot of stuff and 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 what's important and what isn't like and what needs fizzling out at the bottom of the storage unit. It's very
I'm a bit like yourself because
yeah
there's a lot in this game for fame, whatever. Like they want notoriety to be a bare knuckle fighter.
yeah
I've never been about that. I think I'm similar to yourself. It's a case of need versus want. It's
yeah. Take what you
uh,
need, not what you want.
yeah, it's kind of like a stimulus to us. It's something that I actively seek out, and it's win, lose, draw. I don't really. It doesn't really. matter that way. It's the process. It's
Yeah.
it's the doing. It's all of the above. It's very hard to explain unless you're actually like a pit or a ring bare knuckle fighter. To be honest,
I totally agree. Totally agree.
yeah, it's what a special breed for a reason.
Yeah.
Like I'll get into this, mate. I had a traumatic accident 4 years back. Smashed myself up, motorbike crash, about 60 mile an hour.
On purpose or accident?
Well, allegedly, the therapist told me it was on purpose.
So do you think maybe he had a bit of psychosis?
Yes, and
Yeah, that's like that. And if anyone listening as well, psychosis like that, it sounds like it's there. It sounds like it's real. It's happening. It's like, and it's like, and then even though you're convinced it's fucking happening, people tell you it's not. It's not. It's fucking like it's almost like someone's talking in your ear, and it's like, yeah,
and it's like, well, that'll bring along to something because my grandmother had schizophrenia, so I think deep down somewhere probably it's there, isn't it? And
yeah.
yeah, even though I said to the wife the other week, says I'm just waiting for it to come out.
I mean, as far as going back to the addiction, like
yeah,
that was mainly I just suffered from that when at that like the peak of my addiction, like really. But that was through a lack of food, sleep, and loads of drugs and everything. Like, as far as mentally goes, like psychosis, would you suffer from that anyway without drugs, or
yeah.
is that just something that's installed in you?
I haven't like
To
been
live with?
formally diagnosed with that, but I've got a lot of diagnoses of different things. So obviously, I'm an open book, mate. I don't give a shit. I've got like emotionally unstable personality.
Yeah,
I've got Asperger's. I've got ADHD. I've got
yeah,
chronic anxiety and depression. So it's like a mixed bag of emotions, really, isn't it?
yeah,
And and being an addict, which I am in recovery, it never goes away. It's probably the reasons why I did take lots of pharmaceuticals, and I just didn't have any other way out, mate. It was
yeah.
just
But ultimately, while you're doing that, like you think you don't, you think like they're making you better, but it's just making you worse, isn't it? But you don't
yeah,
like you're just stuck in like your own little like world, aren't you? Crazy.
yeah.
And as for like, because you get after fights and that, it takes you get quite a lot of post fight depression, don't you?
Oh yeah, mate. It's my post-fight depression. I didn't know what the hell that was until I watched a video where Danny Christie was describing it. You know, what goes up must come down.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
but to the point where I wasn't even getting the up. I was just flat. And I think it was my second ring fight, which I got absolutely knocked off this fucking planet by Dale Fenton. But it wasn't the knockout that bothered us. It was the fact that where do I go from here? I was on a bit of a trajectory because I was on a 2-win kind of high. And I think I was like being pushed towards a title fight, to be honest. And in them days, well, speaking like it was a long time ago, a year ago, I was a middleweight, and I was a lot lighter. So, and I was quite a dominant type middleweight. It was like either you would have to knock me out or you were going to the hospital type thing.
yeah, yeah.
And obviously since then I've bumped up 2 weight classes because it wasn't my natural weight.
So are you at your natural weight now?
Yeah, yeah.
And you're planning on going what? You're planning on fighting on the. What, are you planning on fighting on in September?
October the 11th. There's Battle of the Borders. It's supposed to be England versus Scotland.
That is. Oh, I've
Carlisle.
got that written down right here. that is October. Scotland, 28th of November. That's Scotland v Battle of the Borders. Yeah, 11th of October. Yeah,
disconnected.
Yeah, 11th of October. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's which I don't know what part I've got to play in it just yet, because I think Christian and I be trying to sort something out with Charles Shepherd.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because obviously I lost my belt in June.
Yeah.
And you know what you think? The only thing you're thinking about is rematches and stuff, isn't it? So
Yeah. But yeah. Also, yeah. I mean, I know what you mean. You want that. You want it back, don't you? There's a hunger there. There's something like you say, when you had it, like you had it, you sort of like still going through addiction then, weren't you? Like, as was I with my belts. And it's sort of like when you're on the like path, or you grow a little bit, you sort of like look back and like you're not happy with the way you did things. And but although we still did it, and we're happy we did it and we got it, some sort of guilt sits with us, like we did it the wrong way, or do you know what I mean? Even though we've probably been let down loads of times in our lives, like it feels bad letting other people down in that respect, doesn't it? So you sort of feel a little bit of guilt, like in a way. I do.
Oh, absolutely. Like my last fight, things weren't ideal at all. In fact, I freaked out on the day, and it was like, obviously I went to the ring and that, but I was told by people that were around us, even the boss himself, he said I wasn't right. See it in my eyes, and obviously we still get in there, don't we? And we just take it for what it is. And I'm surprised they've done so well, considering.
Mate, getting in there, just getting in there, just you know what I mean? It's, like you say, people don't understand like what it takes to get in there, and what sort of breed and the percentage of people that actually want to do it.
Absolutely.
Regarding like needing to do it, like I can't stand fighting. I'd much rather like not. Like I'd never start a fight. I'd be the first to walk away. There's something there. You have to sort of provoke something, which is good. Where the compartmentalize comes into
Bluetooth connected.
It takes a certain unique fella to keep wanting to go back in there.
Absolutely.
So when does it stop? When, like, I mean, how far do you go?
Yeah, this is it. I've been toying with retirement for a while, because you think about what you're going to do afterwards. You're going to find something that matches it. It's bare knuckle for me. I don't know I don't look at it like sport.
No. Because I can't fight now. For me, it's just been involved in it. I think now that's just keeping me like I have to, because there's no fighting now and for the foreseeable. So I'm hoping that this,
it's like yourself, man. Yeah, well, I've always, obviously, when I'm not fighting, I'm helping out. So I'm a bit of a dog's body and that.
I remember seeing you on the last show, and I didn't recognise, because you must have been here like, well, I've been off for the last 2 years. Come in. So there's a few folk I didn't recognise and all that. So I mean, even when I'm interviewing folk, I've had to do research about them like I did with you, because I didn't really know too much. But you know, but again, you're the kind of fighters that people need to know about, because then people can relate to you. Do you know what I mean? And it's just even just giving them a little bit of information, they can take anything out of what you're saying.
Yeah, I remember seeing you on old school Spartan, like, you know, documentaries, and obviously, because I'm like a student of the game, I like to know people who were before me and all that. Because Spartan changes all the time, doesn't it?
Yeah. When I joined, there was Robbie Adamson, Nate J Dog, obviously, and what was he called? He fought Robbie Adamson and lost. I bought one of his jumpers as well. I can't remember his name. T Meehan, it was. What was it called?
Yeah.
That was when. So when I joined, they were all like, I looked up to them because I never had a fight, so they were like, wow, they were at the top. But I mean, it's like that must be what people think about us sometimes. But it's like you don't look down at them thinking, oh, we're up here or they're down there. You pick every man up there. everyone
So,
there, and it's yeah. So there's as far as I know what you mean about as far as wanting to know like the generation before. It's like you're part of history, innit? It's like you're sort of
yeah.
involved in it in a way. Yeah,
Like,
so I know, but it's nice. It's nice that you mentioned that then. Yeah, about
yeah,
the old
yeah,
time in the Bales.
yeah, because like I'd heard about Spartan a long time before I joined, because it been going quite a while. Uh,
Yeah,
but to me, it just seemed different, and I want to be a part of this. I think I want to at least try it. Um, and obviously, I signed up. I actually signed up after a mushroom trip, believe it or not. But it's it. Someone just told me to go and do it,
yeah.
and yeah, and like
The
I
thing is, like you
signed.
say, it's the unknown in it, and it's the uh, it's a not knowing it's what you've got in you as well. You know deep down there's something in you, but like
Mm,
like you say, but something burns out, and you just need to reignite something or a certain
yeah,
feeling. I don't know, like
it's it,
builds
mate.
up over time, doesn't it?
It's a spiritual thing. It's this is what
Yeah,
I'm on about. You need to find like I needed to know something. I need to answer some questions that were there, and like I was supposed to write this book about a year ago, but I was like gonna call it "Why Do We Fight?" Because I was
yeah,
talking to Scott Midgley about it. I've said on podcasts about it. I asked Anto and loads of others, said, "Do you ever get nervous and all that?" And they're all like, "No." And it's like just we do what we do. I like to have
yeah,
a pagger. I like to have a fight.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. It's a strange
some,
way to want the Pagger, though, isn't it?
yeah, it's like barbaric. It's
Yeah.
great. It's great,
When you
really.
hear people talking about it, they make it sound more barbaric than it actually feels, don't they?
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
definitely do. Like you think, oh, it's not that bad, you know what I mean? But I
That's not,
suppose looking out from the inside, I mean, and when you're watching all the fights and all the fighters come in like before your fight, you think,
mm.
fuck me.
It's like
But then, yeah.
it's about injuries and stuff. It's injuries. It all
So
comes down
what's your
to.
biggest injury you've had in there?
Well, similar to yourself, I broke my hand. Uh, I broke my hand on
Hello?
my first ring fight.
I can't hear that.
Can you not hear me now? Nah.
So anyway, I'll go to right. So Zach I'll go big screen in a minute.
Right.
Uh, do. Go on big screen. Go on big screen. Right. I don't know what happened there. Zach, you went. Uh, Sam went. So I'm just going to do probably on big screen now. I'll just zoom that in a bit. So I'm going to do list of the Spartan event coming up. The current Spartan event. The first current event coming up is what you all know. Sort this mic out. You all know is the main branch. It was run by Christian. That's Fight Fest 7. Saturday, the 29th of August at Shafton Airsoft Arena. Doors there will open at 1 p.m. Next one is Pit Wars 2, which is Yorkshire. That's Antos. That'll be a belt of that, like. That's the 5th of September. Huddersfield, 1 p.m. Doors open. There's then the Battle of the Borders, Ring Wars, Sunday 11th of October, which I think is the one that Zach is planning on being one. That is on the Box Arena at Carlisle. I'm not sure about times on that one. And if you want tickets to any of these shows, guys, get in touch with any of the fighters. The fight card's out. If any of the fighters get in touch, pick the fighter that you want to get the tickets off and click their link. They've got their own link. Let's get these boys the support they need. After that, we've got the Spartan Bare Knuckle Fight Club Ring Wars Northwest, which is run by Kieran, Ryan, and Christian. That's Saturday, the 24th of October, at the Hideout Arena in Bolton. The doors for that open at 6 p.m. And then you've got Spartan. Hang on a minute. Then we have Spartan
in Scotland. Run by Nyby Christian, Saturday the 28th of November, Glasgow. Doors open 1 p.m. Spartan, Scotland. England v Scotland. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. No, it's not.
Ignore me, that's wrong. Ignore me, that's wrong. Battle of the Borders on the 11th of October. Spartan, Scotland is just the first show in Scotland, in Glasgow on the 28th. I think I confused myself then. Right, let me get this camera back a bit. I don't actually know who's on here at the minute or watching, so I don't sort of know when to end it. So I'm just going to say, anyone watching, Zach, thank you for coming on, mate. And anyone wants to reach out and speak to us, anyone struggling mentally, get in touch. We're always here, 24/7. Drop us a message. We are the Council of Real Emotions, so going to be looking after fighters and their welfare mentally all the time, really. So yeah, I put around the shows and everything quite a fair bit, and I think that's about it. See ya.